Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin by telling you a truth that will shape the course of your life. Your mind is the control center of your destiny. Where you are today is a direct result of how you have been thinking. Your success, your failures, your achievements, and even your limitations are all products of the thoughts you have allowed to dominate your mind. Nothing in life happens by accident. Everything starts with a thought. The way you see yourself, the way you approach challenges, the way you interpret your circumstances, all of it is controlled by the way you think. If you want to change your life, you must first change your mind. Have you ever noticed that two people can go through the same situation and come out with completely different results? One person sees failure as the end, while another sees it as a lesson. One person gives up when things get hard, while another pushes forward. What's the difference? It's not their background, their education, or their resources. It is their mindset. The mind is powerful. It is the foundation of everything you do. If your mind is filled with negative thoughts, doubt, and fear, then no amount of opportunity or success will last. A negative mind will always sabotage progress. That is why you must be intentional about what you allow into your mind. You must guard your thoughts like a security system guards a house. If you let the wrong thoughts in, they will steal your dreams, destroy your confidence, and lock you in a prison of failure. Some people blame their circumstances for where they are in life. They say, I wasn't born into the right family, or I didn't have the right connections. But let me tell you something. Circumstances do not determine your future. Your mind does. You can take two people with the same struggles. One will rise and the other will remain stuck. Not because of luck, but because of thinking. Your mind is like the soil of a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and failure, you will reap a harvest of frustration and disappointment. But if you plant seeds of faith, purpose, and determination, you will see a harvest of success, fulfillment, and breakthrough. You must make a decision today to plant the right seeds. Some of the most successful people in history did not start with wealth, resources, or advantages. Many of them started with nothing but a strong mind. They believed in their vision, they refused to accept failure, and they conditioned their thinking to see possibilities where others saw problems. That is why they succeeded. The greatest enemy to your success is not the lack of money, opportunity, or education. It is the way you think. If you keep telling yourself that you can't do it, you won't. If you keep believing that you are not good enough, you will never step into your true potential. But the moment you decide to take control of your mind, everything changes. You have the power to decide what thoughts you accept and what thoughts you reject. You do not have to entertain every negative idea that enters your mind. You can choose to reject doubt and embrace confidence. You can choose to ignore fear and walk in faith. You can choose to replace negativity with a mindset of victory. Right now, some of you are living below your potential simply because of the thoughts you have believed about yourself. You have convinced yourself that you are not capable, that success is for other people, that life will never change. But I am here to tell you that as long as you continue to think that way, you will remain where you are. The key to changing your life is to change your thinking. You must reprogram your mind. You must feed it with words of life, success, and purpose. You must surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to grow. You must develop a habit of speaking words that align with your destiny, not your doubts. Your mind is the control center of your destiny. If you master your thoughts, you will master your life. If you think like a winner, you will act like a winner. If you think like a leader, you will walk in leadership. If you think in terms of possibility, nothing will be impossible for you. So I challenge you today. Take control of your mind. Kill the negative thoughts that have been holding you back. Refuse to let fear, doubt, or insecurity define you. Begin to think like the person you were created to be and watch how your life begins to shift. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear me clearly today. Negative thinking is the greatest thief of success. It has stolen more dreams than failure ever could. It has buried more potential than any obstacle in life. It has kept more people in bondage than any physical prison. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against people, circumstances, or even challenges. It is against the thoughts that try to convince you that you are not capable, not worthy, and not enough. Everything you do, every decision you make, every step you take is first processed through your mind. If your mind is filled with negativity, then your life will reflect that negativity. If you constantly expect failure, failure will meet you at every turn. If you believe you are not good enough, then every opportunity will seem out of reach, not because it truly is, but because your thoughts have already determined your outcome. Negative thinking is dangerous because it does not just affect one area of your life, it spreads like a virus. It begins with a single doubt, a single fear, a single insecurity, and if left unchecked, it will take over your entire mindset. You will start doubting your abilities, questioning your worth, and sabotaging your progress before you even begin. Some of you are not struggling because of a lack of talent, resources, or opportunities. You are struggling because of the thoughts you have accepted as truth. Let me tell you something today. Negative thinking is a lie. It convinces you that you cannot do what you were born to do. It makes you believe that you will never rise above your current situation. It tells you that no matter how hard you try, things will never change. But I am here to tell you that those thoughts are not from God, and they are not from your true self. They are designed to keep you from reaching your potential. Have you ever seen a wild elephant in captivity? When it is young, the train is tied to a small stake in the ground. The elephant tries to break free, but because it is small and weak, it fails. Over time, it stops trying. Even when it grows into a powerful, full-grown elephant that could easily break free, it does not even attempt to. Why? Because in its mind, it is still tied to that small stake. It has been conditioned to believe it cannot move beyond the limits placed on it. Many of us are like that elephant. We have allowed past failures, negative experiences, and the words of others to condition our minds. We have accepted limits that are no longer real. We have stopped trying because we believe nothing will change. But the truth is, the only thing keeping us bound is our own thinking. If you believe you are stuck, you will remain stuck. If you believe you cannot do better, you will never try. But the moment you decide to challenge those thoughts, to break free from the mental chains, everything changes. I want you to ask yourself, what negative thoughts have been ruling your life? What lies have you believed about yourself? Have you told yourself that you are not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough? Have you allowed fear to stop you from taking steps toward your dreams? If so, you need to make a decision today to kill those thoughts. You need to recognize them for what they are: thieves. Negative thinking will rob you of your confidence. It will rob you of your peace. It will rob you of the boldness you need to step into your destiny. But you have the power to fight back. You have the power to reject every lie and replace it with the truth. The truth is, you are capable, you are valuable, you are full of potential, you were created for a purpose, and nothing, no past mistake, no failure, no insecurity can take that away from you, unless you allow it to. The key to overcoming negative thinking is not just to stop thinking negatively, but to replace it with positive, life-giving thoughts. You must feed your mind with the right words. You must speak words of life over yourself. You must surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow rather than people who feed your doubts. If you want to succeed in life, you must take control of your thoughts. You cannot afford to entertain negativity. You cannot afford to dwell on what went wrong. You cannot afford to let doubt take root in your mind. The moment you recognize a negative thought, reject it. Replace it with a thought that aligns with your purpose. You were not created to live in fear. You were not designed to be a prisoner of your own mind. You were born to win, to lead, to rise above every obstacle. But that will never happen if you continue to allow negativity to control your thinking. So I challenge you today, kill every negative thought before it kills your destiny. Refuse to let fear dictate your decisions. Refuse to let doubt control your actions. Refuse to let the past define your future. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Your thoughts shape your reality. Where you are today is a direct reflection of the thoughts you have entertained, believed, and acted upon. Your life is not controlled by luck, chance, or circumstances. It is controlled by your mindset. If you want to change your life, you must first change your thinking. Everything in life begins with a thought. Success begins with a thought. Failure begins with a thought. Wealth, poverty, happiness, and despair all begin in the mind. Before you can achieve anything in life, you must first believe it is possible. Before you can walk in confidence, you must first see yourself as capable. Before you can rise above your struggles, you must first think higher than your circumstances. Your reality is a product of your thoughts. And if your thoughts are small, your life will be small. Think about it. No one achieves great things by accident. No one becomes successful by thinking thoughts of failure. No one becomes confident by constantly doubting themselves. The people who make a difference in this world do so because they first saw themselves making a difference. They believed in their purpose before others did. They saw opportunities where others saw obstacles. They refused to let negative thinking dictate their actions. Some of you have been trapped by the limitations of your own thoughts. You have accepted mediocrity. Not because you are not capable of more, but because you have convinced yourself that more is not possible. You have settled for less, not because you lack potential, but because your thinking has placed a ceiling over your life. But I am here to tell you today that the only thing standing between you and the life you were born to live is your mindset. If you change your thoughts, you will change your life. You see, your mind is like a factory. And your thoughts are the raw materials. Whatever you put into your mind, your life will produce. If you feed your mind with thoughts of doubt, fear, and failure, then your life will produce struggle, hesitation, and disappointment. But if you fill your mind with thoughts of success, possibility, and purpose, your life will begin to reflect those things. This is why two people can face the same challenge and come out with completely different results. One sees the challenge as an opportunity to grow, while the other sees it as a reason to quit. One believes they have the ability to overcome, while the other believes they are not strong enough. The difference is not the challenge itself. It is the mindset of the person facing it. Your thoughts are like seeds. Whatever you plant in your mind will grow in your life. If you plant seeds of confidence, vision, and determination, you will reap a harvest of success, progress, and fulfillment. But if you plant seeds of fear, negativity, and self-doubt, you will reap a harvest of frustration, regret, and limitation. You cannot expect to think negatively and live positively. It is impossible. This is why it is critical to guard your mind. Be careful what you allow yourself to think. Be careful what words you accept as truth. Some of you have been shaped by words spoken over you years ago. Words that told you that you were not smart enough, not talented enough, not capable enough. And because you believed those words, they have shaped your reality. But today you must make a decision to reject every lie that has kept you bound. You must choose to think thoughts that align with your purpose, not your past mistakes. You have the power to reprogram your mind. You have the ability to take control of your thoughts. You do not have to accept every negative idea that comes into your head. You can reject doubt. You can reject fear. You can reject failure. And you can replace those thoughts with truth. The truth that you are gifted, that you are called for greatness, that you have a purpose, and that nothing can stop you except your own thinking. Some of the most successful people in history were not the most talented, the most educated, or the most privileged. What set them apart was their thinking. They thought differently. They refused to let negative thoughts define their actions. And because of that, they shaped history. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing your mind. You must decide today that you will no longer allow small thinking to dictate your future. You must choose to think thoughts that align with where you are going, not where you have been. You must train your mind to see possibilities instead of problems, solutions instead of setbacks, opportunities instead of obstacles. Because at the end of the day, your life will always move in the direction of your strongest thoughts. If you think thoughts of victory, you will walk in victory. If you think thoughts of confidence, you will walk in confidence. If you think thoughts of purpose, you will walk in purpose. So I challenge you today, take control of your thinking. Do not let another day pass where you allow negative thoughts to dictate your future. Make a decision to think higher, to believe bigger, to expect greater, because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand something very important today. Every successful person you admire had to conquer negative thinking. No one is born with unshakable confidence. No one steps into their destiny without facing doubt, fear, and uncertainty. Every great leader, every world changer, every person who has accomplished something significant had to fight and win the battle of the mind. You see, success is not about how talented you are, how wealthy you were born, or how many opportunities life gives you. Success begins in the mind. The people who rise above challenges, who break barriers, who achieve greatness, are not those who never face negative thoughts. They are the ones who refuse to let negative thoughts control them. They made a decision that doubt would not be their master. They trained their minds to think differently. Think about this. How many people had great ideas but never pursued them because they doubted themselves? How many people had dreams but let fear talk them out of it? How many people settled for less because they convinced themselves they were not good enough for more? The difference between those who succeed and those who never reach their potential is not intelligence, not background, not luck. It is the ability to overcome the negative thoughts that try to keep them small. Every successful person had a reason to quit. Every leader had moments of insecurity. Every visionary had moments of fear. But what separates them is that they refuse to allow those thoughts to dictate their actions. They understood that fear is a liar, that doubt is an illusion, and that the greatest enemy to success is a negative mind. Let me tell you something. Your mind will always try to talk you out of your destiny. It will always find reasons why you should not take a step forward. It will remind you of past failures. It will bring up every mistake, every weakness, every possible obstacle. But the people who succeed are the ones who silence that voice and move forward anyway. Look at history. Every great innovator, every groundbreaking leader, every person who made a lasting impact on the world had to overcome negative thinking. When Thomas Edison was inventing the light bulb, he failed over 1,000 times. Do you think his mind never told him to quit? When the Wright brothers were trying to fly, they faced constant failure. Do you think doubt never whispered, "This is impossible"? But they refused to let failure define them. They refused to let negative thinking stop them. And because of that, they changed the world. Now, let's bring it to your life. What negative thoughts have been holding you back? What excuses have you accepted as truth? Have you told yourself that you are too old, too young, too inexperienced, too late? Have you believed the lie that success is for other people but not for you? Have you allowed fear to paralyze you, keeping you from stepping into what you were created to do? If so, today is the day to break free. You see, you are no different from the people who have achieved greatness. They did not start with more than you. They did not have all the answers. They did not wait until they felt 100% ready. They simply made a choice to believe in their vision more than their fears. And that is the same choice you must make. You cannot afford to let negative thinking steal another day of your life. You cannot afford to allow self-doubt to keep you stuck in mediocrity. The world is waiting for what you have to offer. Your gifts, your ideas, your vision, none of it come to life if you let negative thinking hold you captive. The truth is, your mind is like a battlefield, and every day you must choose which thoughts will win. Will you allow fear to win? Will you allow doubt to win? Will you allow insecurity to dictate your actions? Or will you take control, reject the lies, and walk in the truth that you were born to do something great? You see, no one is exempt from the battle of the mind. Every person who has ever accomplished something significant had to fight for it mentally before they ever saw it physically. But the ones who win are the ones who make a decision that negativity will not rule them. They choose to replace doubt with confidence, fear with faith, excuses with action. So I challenge you today, make the same decision. Decide that you will not let negative thinking steal your potential. Decide that you will no longer be a prisoner of your own mind. Decide that you will rise above the thoughts that try to keep you small and step boldly into the future you were meant to have. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand something very important. Success does not begin with circumstances. Success begins in the mind. It is not your environment, your background, or even your resources that determine your future. It is the way you think. Look around the world, and you will see people who were born into hardship, yet rose to greatness. You will also see people who were given every advantage in life, but still failed. What is the difference? It is not money, it is not connections, it is not luck. The difference is mindset. The person who succeeds is the one who refuses to let circumstances define them. The person who rises is the one who chooses to think differently, even when everything around them says otherwise. Some of you believe that if your circumstances were better, your life would be different. You believe that if you had more money, more support, or more opportunities, then success would come easily. But let me tell you the truth. There are people who had nothing and still made it. There are people who started with no advantages, no special resources, no powerful connections, yet they refused to let their circumstances limit them. They made a decision to think bigger, to believe greater, and to act boldly despite what was in front of them. You see, circumstances are temporary, but your mindset is permanent unless you decide to change it. If you believe that you are stuck, you will stay stuck. If you believe that nothing will change, nothing will. But the moment you shift your thinking, everything shifts with it. The moment you decide that you are not a victim of your environment, you begin to take control of your life. History has proven this over and over again. Some of the greatest leaders, inventors, and world changers did not come from privileged backgrounds. Many of them came from struggle. They faced rejection, failure, and lack, but instead of allowing their circumstances to control them, they controlled their mindset. Instead of focusing on what they did not have, they focused on what they could do with what they had. The problem is that too many people wait for the perfect conditions before they take action. They say, I will start my business when I have more money. I will pursue my dreams when the time is right. I will work on my goals when my situation improves. But let me tell you something. The time will never be perfect. The conditions will never be ideal. If you wait for everything to be just right, you will wait your entire life and never accomplish anything. Success is not about waiting for the right conditions. Success is about creating the right conditions in your mind. You have to think like a winner before you win. You have to believe in your future before it happens. You have to speak life over yourself before you see results. That is how real change happens. Right now, some of you are looking at your circumstances and thinking, I don't see a way out. You feel trapped. You feel limited. You feel like success is far from you. But I want to challenge you today. Stop looking at what is around you and start looking at what is inside you. You have ideas, talents, gifts, and abilities that are waiting to be unlocked. But none of it will manifest if your thinking does not change first. Your mind is the control center of your destiny. If you think like a failure, you will live like a failure. If you think like a leader, you will act like a leader. If you think like someone who is capable, you will begin to take steps towards success. Everything starts in the mind. This is why you must train your thoughts. You cannot allow negativity to take root. You cannot entertain thoughts of doubt, fear, or insecurity. Every great person had to train their mind to see possibility when others saw problems. They had to train themselves to believe in success even when failure seemed more likely. And that is what you must do. You have everything you need to succeed, but you must first believe it. You must first make the decision that your circumstances will not define your future. You must first choose to think bigger, to believe stronger, and to act boldly. Because success does not begin when conditions are right. Success begins the moment you decide to change your mind. So I challenge you today. Stop waiting for circumstances to change. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission to believe in yourself. Take control of your thinking, take control of your actions, and take control of your future. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand a powerful truth today. Your words have the ability to shape your life. What you speak over yourself will either build you up or tear you down. Your words are not just sounds, they are seeds. Every time you open your mouth, you are planting something in your life. The question is, are you planting seeds of success, confidence, and purpose, or are you planting seeds of doubt, failure, and fear? Many people do not realize that their own words are the reason they remain stuck. They speak defeat over their lives without even knowing it. They say things like, I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed, things never work out for me, and then wonder why nothing changes. But the truth is, your words are powerful. They create the atmosphere of your life. They either push you toward your destiny or pull you away from it. Look at the most successful people in the world. They do not speak words of limitation. They do not speak words of fear. Even in the face of challenges, they declare their victory. They speak words of faith, not doubt. They understand that if they want to win, their words must align with their vision. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What have you been speaking over yourself? Have you been declaring success, or have you been reinforcing failure? Have you been speaking life, or have you been speaking negativity? Some of you have been in the same place for years, not because you lack ability, not because you lack opportunity, but because you have been speaking against your own future. You have been canceling your own progress with your words. Your mind listens to what you say. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not capable, your mind will believe it, and your actions will follow. If you keep saying that success is impossible for you, you will start making decisions that align with that belief. But if you begin to change your words, if you start declaring, I am capable, I am strong, I will succeed, then your mind will adjust and your actions will begin to reflect that truth. It is not about lying to yourself. It is about training your mind to believe what is possible. Some of you have spent years speaking words that have held you back. It is time to change your language. It is time to shift the way you speak about yourself and your future. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I am constantly growing and improving. Instead of saying, I always fail, say, I learn from every challenge and come back stronger. Instead of saying, I don't have what it takes, say, I am equipped with everything I need to succeed. Let me tell you something. Life will give you what you call it. If you call yourself defeated, life will give you defeat. If you call yourself blessed, life will align with your words. This is why you must speak with intention. Do not let careless words come out of your mouth. Do not allow negativity to shape your reality. Speak what you want to see, not what you fear. Think about this. How do you talk to yourself when no one else is listening? Do you encourage yourself or do you criticize yourself? Some of you would never speak to a friend the way you speak to yourself. You show grace to others, but none to yourself. You uplift others, but tear yourself down. That must stop today. You must become your own biggest encourager. You must learn to speak life over yourself every single day. Even when you do not feel strong, declare your strength. Even when things are not going well, declare that you are on your way to better. Even when fear tries to take over, declare that you walk in boldness. Because your words are a force. And when you use them correctly, they will transform your life. Some of the most powerful leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries succeeded because they refused to speak words of defeat. They trained themselves to declare victory before they saw it. They understood that words shape reality, and that is the same power you have. Your words have the ability to build your confidence, strengthen your mindset, and push you into your purpose. But you must be intentional. You must be disciplined. You must make it a habit to speak words that align with the life you want to live. Because if you continue to speak negatively, you will continue to live below your potential. So I challenge you today, start speaking differently. Start declaring your success. Start affirming your strength. Start speaking as the person you want to become, not the person you used to be. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Your future is not waiting for someone else to change your life. Your future is waiting for you to take action. You cannot sit back waiting for circumstances to be perfect before you move forward. You cannot wait for the fear to disappear, the doubt to leave, or the obstacles to clear before you take the first step. If you want to kill negative thinking, you must replace it with action. Too many people live their lives stuck in the prison of their thoughts. They think about their dreams but never pursue them. They talk about what they want to do but never take a single step toward it. They allow fear to paralyze them, waiting for a time when they will feel ready. But let me tell you the truth. There is no such thing as the perfect time. There will always be a reason to wait. There will always be an excuse to delay. But the people who succeed are not the ones who wait for the perfect moment. They are the ones who act despite their fears. Some of you have been stuck in the same place for years. Not because you lack talent, not because you lack potential, but because you have been thinking instead of doing. You have been analyzing instead of acting. You have been waiting instead of moving. And as long as you stay in that cycle, nothing will change. You see, negative thinking thrives in inaction. The longer you delay, the stronger the doubt becomes. The longer you hesitate, the more fear takes control. Think about it. When was the last time you took a bold step toward your goal? When was the last time you acted on an idea instead of just thinking about it? If you want to break free from negative thinking, you must break free from hesitation. You must train yourself to take action even when you feel uncertain. Because clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes in the process of taking action. Every successful person you admire had moments of doubt, but they refused to let those doubts stop them. They moved forward anyway. They took the first step, even when they were unsure of the outcome. And because they acted, opportunities opened up. Because they acted, doors were unlocked. Because they acted, their mindset changed and they developed the confidence to keep going. Look at the people who never move forward in life. They spend years waiting for the right time. They wait for someone to come along and give them permission. They wait for the fear to disappear. But waiting does not remove fear. Action does. The moment you take action, your fear begins to lose power. The moment you take a step, your confidence begins to grow. Some of you have ideas inside you that could change your life, but you are afraid to take the risk. Some of you have dreams that have been buried under excuses for years. But today, I challenge you. Do something. Take the first step. Stop waiting for permission to pursue the life you were created for. Stop allowing doubt to dictate your decisions. Move forward, even if it feels uncomfortable, because the more you act, the less room there is for negativity to control your mind. You see, action is the cure for self-doubt. When you act, you prove to yourself that you are capable. When you take a step, you shift your thinking from fear to possibility. When you move forward, you break the cycle of hesitation and replace it with momentum. That is why people who take consistent action have a different mindset. They do not let negative thoughts linger because they are too busy pursuing their purpose. But here's the key. Your actions do not have to be perfect. Some of you are waiting until you have all the answers. You are waiting until you have everything figured out. But perfection is an illusion. No one who has ever succeeded had a perfect plan from the beginning. They learned as they went. They figured things out along the way. The most important thing is to start. Maybe your first step is small. Maybe it is making a phone call, writing down a plan, learning a new skill, or reaching out for advice. Whatever it is, take it. Because small steps lead to big progress. Small actions taken consistently build confidence, discipline, and momentum. But if you do nothing, nothing will change. Negative thinking wants you to stay stagnant. It wants you to believe that you are not ready. It wants you to hesitate until your opportunities pass you by. But today, you must make a decision. Will you stay stuck in your thoughts or will you take action? I challenge you today, do something. Take action toward your goal. Step out in faith, silence doubt with movement. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. My friends, everything you need to break free from negative thinking is already within you. The power to change your life is not in your circumstances. It is in your mind, your words, and your actions. You are not a prisoner of fear, doubt, or past failures. You have the ability to rise above every limitation, to overcome every obstacle, and to step boldly into the future that was meant for you. But it starts with a decision to reject negative thoughts, a decision to stop allowing fear to control your life, a decision to take action even when you do not feel ready. Because the truth is, the people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never face doubt. They are the ones who refuse to let doubt win. Today, I challenge you, speak life over yourself. See yourself as capable. Believe in your potential. Take action toward your purpose. And most of all, never allow negative thinking to steal the life you were meant to live. Because the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived below its potential. And that, my friend, is something you must never allow. I believe in you. I believe that your best days are ahead. I believe that you have what it takes to succeed. So go forward with confidence, kill your negative thinking, step into your purpose, and live the life you were created for. Good luck on your journey, and thank you.